And I pray that each and every one of us will find our way also to know why we are doing what we are doing. Answer your questions yourself. Get an answer for yourself so that you will not be deceived or be distracted in the cause. This is a very delicate time that we are in. A very delicate time. The time where the two most trusted men in this struggle are in the territory of enemies. This is a time you have to show your toughness. A time you have to fight for yourself. Nobody is there to fight for you. It's a time you have to take responsibility. I pray that Chukwu Kukabia will give us that wisdom to do what we have to do. And I want to say once again, for those who are in my WhatsApp group, there are people who are in my WhatsApp group. I came to my notice, somebody was saying that somebody was calling people and telling them that he is true survivor, calling people, requesting for code and all whatnot. I want to make it clear on this broadcast that I don't call anybody. It doesn't matter who you are. I do not call anybody privately. I don't. I don't organize any private meeting with anybody. So if you hear any call and the person said is true survivor, don't listen to that idiot. I don't call anybody privately. I don't. I don't. It doesn't matter who you are, including people that come here on my platform that will speak. The many people that come here, ask them. I don't call them. I don't call them for any discussion. I don't make any call to discuss anything. I don't. Every discussion we do is here online. If I want to send the message, it is on my WhatsApp group. I have my WhatsApp group. And those who are there know, I have said it time and time again that in my WhatsApp group, everything is public. There is no secret in my WhatsApp group. I have WhatsApp group. My WhatsApp group, I have hundreds of people. I don't call anybody for anything. So if anybody is calling you, telling you that he or she is from my platform, ignore that idiot. I hope it is clear. We know that a lot of things that are going on. A lot of all those idiotic people that don't have conscience are there, using people's names and platforms to commit one crime or the other. I have said it, even in my profile, no group call. I don't engage in any group call or in any group private meeting. I don't. My platform is one. I discuss everything on my platform in the open. And I will never send a message to anybody or call anybody to anything. No. I don't. I've been on this very program for more than a decade. Those who spoke to me know how we spoke. Those I have talked in private know how they call. We are in a very terrible time. Every one of us as Biafrans, we must be careful and protect ourselves, protect our brothers and sisters, and be careful to who you listen to. I have said it time again, sometimes when you hear Biafra, you lose your brain. Some of us, once you hear the issue of Biafra, you lose your brain and you begin to think like an idiot. Yes, we want Biafra, but we don't want the Biafra of idiots. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said it. We want Biafra, but we don't want Biafra of foolish people. We don't want Biafra of idiots. We don't want the Biafra of tyrants. We want a Biafra where we will have equal rights, where people can express themselves, say their mind, say it the way it is. We don't want a place where there will be double standard. We want a place where people will be treated on the same level ground. So that thing you want is what you have to be practiced, even privately in your own private life. Practice it. Don't wait until Biafra comes. Those kind of things you want in Biafra land, should apply it in your own private life. I pray that Chukwu will guide us. So in our today's topic, we are going to speak on Nigeria double standard, betrayal in high places, how Southeast politicians abandoned mazi Nnamdi Kanu. These are the discussions we are going to make today. We are going to try as much as possible to cover any area we can cover. And those of us who are in this platform who want to make a contribution can equally send their request. Either you are watching on TikTok, on Facebook, or on YouTube. Send in your request. When it is time, then I will bring you in to make your contribution. Nigerian double standard. Betrayal in high places. How Southeast politicians abandoned mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This is the topic we are going to try as much as possible today to highlight and talk about it. This is what we do in this platform. And we will continue to speak for as much as we can. As I said, this is not the time to be silent. It is the time to speak even more. My fellow Biafra, great people of Biafra, great minds watching around the world, lovers of freedom. Today we are going straight into one of the most uncomfortable truths in Nigeria. One of the most uncomfortable truths in that contraption called Nigeria. The double standard in the legal system. The political weakness and silence from many Southeastern leaders. The continued injustice involving mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We will continue to speak about these issues. These topics are very uncomfortable to so many people who hate the truth. Very uncomfortable to some evil people who are bent on keeping us enslaved. But we will not stop talking about it because it is the right thing to do. This very conversation today is not about hate. It is not about violence. It is about justice. It is about fairness. It is about equality. It is about accountability. These are things every society deserves. The double standard in the legal system of Nigeria is disturbing. Very, very disturbing. And the world have seen it firsthand in the case of mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Which day we are both. The most painful is that the country is bold enough. They have emboldened themselves to display this very double standard before the whole world. Televised. When you see such boldness, you need to be worried. When you see such boldness, that double standard has been normalized in Nigeria. When you see the normalization of double standard, you need to get worried. Maybe you haven't been. You need to get worried. Nigeria's laws seem to operate on two levels. The Nigerian law operates on two levels. You know, these things we are saying, it only takes you to relax your mind. Speak with open heart, and you begin to understand this message. When you listen to us with hate, when you pay attention to us with hate, with biased mind, you can never understand. You continue to deny the truth. In Nigeria, one law for the powerful, for the connected people, and for the protected. There's a different law. One law for the powerful, connected, and protected. And another law for ordinary citizens, those who challenge the system. There's a different law for them. And we're going to try as much as possible to touch on some of the examples of those double standards, in case you pretend you don't know, or maybe for those who are not Nigerians. But for those who are Nigerians and of age, every single thing we are saying here is playing out every day, on daily basis. If you can't see it, you hear it. If you can't hear it, you feel it. Many of us are victims. Example of these double standards. Some individuals are accused of serious wrongdoing in that contraption called Nigeria. They move freely. They enjoy protection. They even get promoted. Some individual accused of serious wrongdoing move freely, enjoy protection, even get promoted. If you want to state example, look at the president of Nigeria. Let us start from the president, the person they call their president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Bola Ahmed Tinubu was indicted by the former EFCC chairman. The EFCC chairman granted an interview on an international television and said that he has enough evidence to put him behind bars for life on the fraudulent activities he conducted in Lagos State. But all of a sudden, that man have risen to a president. And that man have chosen the same person that testified against him. That was the in charge of the EFCC then. Today, he chose that man and made him the NSA, National Security Advisor. Today, the National Security Advisor of Tinubu today was the same man that investigated him and came to the international media and said that he has evidence to put him out for life. In fact, in that very interview, he said there is a governor in Nigeria that is richer than the state itself. That this governor has not done a legitimate job all his life. Nobody knows his record or his sort of wealth, but he's richer than states in Nigeria. Today, that man is protected. He is even the president of the Zoological Republic of Nigeria. Not that only. The United States of America indicted him on drugs. The case are still there. Verifiable. Every single thing I say is verifiable. It is not a claim. It is not a propaganda. They are verifiable information. He was involved in drugs. But today, he's the president. Go and check the person they have today as the Senate president. The person they have today as Senate president has also been indicted by the EFCC of the same country for fraud. He was about to be jailed by EFCC for fraud during the time of late Muhammad Buhari, the master fraudster. But what did he do? The simple thing he did was to change party, to move from PDP to APC, from one terrorist organization to another terrorist organization, and all his sin was forgiven. Today, he is the Senate president of the Zoological Republic of Nigeria. Some individuals accused of serious wrongdoing move freely, enjoy protection, and even promoted. Look at the one you are seeing today. A man that conducted the worst election in the history of the Zoological Republic. Today, is being given an appointment as an ambassador. A man that lied before the international community, a man that lied in the media, in open media, who went to the United States and brought somebody for fact-finding mission. The person he brought came and gave facts on what he found. and exposed this man on his atrocity and lies of the highest order. Today, that same person is being promoted and about to be appointed as an ambassador. Now, when you see the kind of ambassadors Nigeria are presenting to the world, when you see the kind of ambassadors, the kind of leaders that they have, and you still sit back, you clap for yourself as a Nigerian, you should be ashamed of yourself. You can only be proud to those who doesn't know what your so-called Nigeria is made up of. From your president to the least person in politics, they are all murderers. They are all fraudsters, criminals, convicted criminals. The president himself surrounds himself with people who have been convicted in one country or the other. And this is how the zoo is being run. In every ramification. We have seen people brandish gun and threaten an entire generation, an entire ethnic group. Nothing was done. They were protected. Instead, they were brought into Asorok to offer a speech. We have seen somebody come to national TV and claim that he murdered people. He took innocent lives. And he's ready to do more. And yet he's protected. Nobody dare talk to him. Meanwhile, others who express political views like self-determination, others who ask for accountability, face harsh punishment or prolonged detention. People that are asking for a genuine concern, people asking for accountability and self-determination face harsh treatment, harsh punishment in a country where leader of terrorist group, known terrorist group by the world, convicted terrorists that have murdered people, we are jailed for 20 years. But a freedom fighter pursuing self-determination, who was blackmailed, illegally detained, was sentenced to life imprisonment. Terrorists that are killing human beings, abducting people and taking money. You see people come on the national TV and make a case for them. And it sounds nice to everybody. The entire northern region today, the Arewa Consultative Forum today are making a case for all the criminal terrorists in the north. That the government must negotiate with them and give them what they want, pay them compensation, possibly put them in the budget of the country. But in the southeast, those who are agitating for self-determination, a right supported by international law, a right supported by African Peoples and Human Rights Law, they are being piled every blessed day. Even as we speak, they are being killed. They are languishing in jail. In the southeast today, the only thing that a soldier or a terrorist soldier of Nigeria needs to do is to bring a flag of Biafra and place on your body, and they will shoot you. They take your life. The only statement they need to rise to go free is to say that this man is a Biafra agitator. They don't need to see any arms with you. They don't even need to see any evidence. Just a mere saying that this person is a Biafra agitator, you've been condemned to death immediately. And this procedure was sanctioned by the politicians in Biafra land. I want you to know this. You know, when we talk about this issue, we need to point it out to the level where it is. It is sanctioned by the politicians. Every single politician in Nigeria in Biafra land signed up for the death of the Biafrans. That is how serious it is. Because when you try to exonerate them, it means you don't know what the problem is and you're not ready to solve it. They were the people that proscribed IPOB. The very people that proscribed you and I and marked us for death were the politicians, the elders, the elites in Biafra land. They came together and issued that prescription. And since then till date, millions of Biafrans have lost their life for doing nothing. Millions are languishing in various jails in Nigeria for doing nothing. Simply that they be identified as Biafra, more especially Igbos. Being an Igbo man in Nigeria is a crime on its own. Being an Igbo man in Nigeria is a crime, it's a criminal offense to be an Igbo man in Nigeria. That is how bad it is. This inconsistency creates mistrust. The inconsistency in the law, using one law for some people and using one law for the other people. This double standard creates inconsistency. It creates mistrust. It creates fear and a sense that justice depends on who you are, not what is right. In Nigeria today, justice depends on whom you are and not what is right. Nigeria doesn't care about what is right and what is wrong. The first question a policeman will ask you or a soldier will ask you, where are you from? You will tell him, you are from the southeast. That is enough to change your case. That is enough to seal your fate. For the mere fact that they see you that you're from the southeast, that is enough to seal your fate. For the mere fact that they see that you are from the north, that is enough to seal your fate. For the mere fact that they see that you are from the southwest, that is enough to seal your case. A nation cannot grow when the law is not equal for everybody. No nation can grow when the law is not equal for everybody. What you see in Nigeria is not in that only shows that Nigeria is not a nation, has never been and will never ever be. Every blessed day when you wake up in the morning, you turn on their conventional media, you will still confirm everything I'm saying here, that Nigeria is not a nation, has never been and will never be. When we say these things, it is not a made-up talk. It's not a propaganda. They are facts. It's left for you to either believe it or leave it. But these are facts. The most disturbing issue that we are having as Biafran is the political cowardice and betrayal in the southeast. The political cowardice and the betrayal in the southeast is very, very disturbing. It is very, very disturbing. The people that call themselves politicians in the southeast, they always avoid speaking boldly when it matters. When you need them to speak boldly to defend the people they claim to be defending, you don't hear their voice. You will never hear their voice. They choose silence instead of defending their people. This is a daily occurrence. Whenever something happens, they choose silence instead of defending their people. Today, the only people that have the courage to talk and speak are the agitators, the Biafra agitators. Go online, offline, wherever you go. In Nigeria, the only man that is making a case for the Igbos in Nigeria is mazi Nnamdi Kanu, followed by mazi Samareba. These are the only two people that were making a genuine argument and making demand for the right of their people. There is no other person. No other person in that uniform of politician, a politics, that is making a case for their people, even though they come and they claim to be your representatives. When I talk about politicians, I don't exempt anyone. I don't exempt anyone. So don't expect me to change my view because of maybe something that somebody does for 2 minutes. When you decide to serve your people, you need to serve them until you leave the office. When you know you are no longer going to serve, you walk away. It is not a selective service that today you will come and talk, tomorrow you will not talk. When it suits you, you talk. When it doesn't suit you, you will not talk. No. They are all in this madness together. Every politician in the Southeast fear political consequence more than they value justice. Every one of them, they fear political consequence more than they value justice. That is why today, in the case of Nnamdi Kanu, they are all silent. They don't care about the injustice. They are concerned about the consequence to their political career. It is about their political career alone. They don't care. The only voices you will hear are voices of the masses. No single politician can make a strong case for Nnamdi Kanu. That is why, in the midst of the unjust conviction of Nnamdi Kanu, none of them was able to stand the ground and say that this very verdict is unjust. Instead, they relax on their comfort zone and they're asking for pardon. They relax on their comfort zone and they're asking for pardon. Some of them using Sokoto as a privilege ground for them now. Some of them are using Sokoto to score a political point, using Nnamdi Kanu for their political campaign. Politicians in the Southeast only fear political consequence. They don't value justice. They don't care about the value of justice. They stay quiet when the law is clearly misused against their people. These people stay calm. They stay quiet, even though they know that the law is clearly misused against their people. They stay quiet. They will not utter it. We see this happen over and over and over and over again. It is sad. It is sad. And the only way we can be out of this is to get out of Nigeria. For as long as we remain in Nigeria, the kind of leadership we have is the kind of leadership they want. And there's nothing you can do to change it. As long as we remain in Nigeria, the kind of leadership you have in the Southeast is the kind of leadership that the British and Nigerian Caliphate want. That is why they single-handedly pick them and position them. Somebody like Seibo in Anambra State and Hopeless Uzodinma in Imo State, with the other idiot in Enugu State that calls himself in Bao, and the rest of them. These are all political mercenaries of the caliphate. They are not there for you. And all this nonsense we have as leaders, they create dangerous leadership gap. Because when leaders fail to stand firm, the people fail unprotected. That is what happens. There is no way the people can be protected when you have a dangerous leadership that has failed and cannot stand firm in anything. They can't even make a case for themselves, let alone making a case for you. They can't make a case for themselves, let alone make a case for you. Leadership should mean courage. Leadership should mean honesty. Leadership should mean responsibility. Speaking the truth, even when it is not convenient. That is what is called leadership. When leaders choose political safety over justice, the people lose trust. And that is the situation of the Southeast Biafra land as we speak. The only remedy is exit. There is no two ways about it. Every one of us has seen what happened to our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The politicians in Biafra land are fully part of what happened to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They supported it, they promoted it, they were part of it. Whether one agrees with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu views or not, his legal situation exposes major flaws in the system. The legal situation of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu exposes major flaw in the system. It doesn't matter whether you like him, whether you hate him, it doesn't make any difference. But the exposition the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made matters a lot. It matters a lot, and it speaks volume. It speaks volume. What transpired, only an evil person we feel that you don't notice what happened. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has the right to a fair legal process, but that was denied from him. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has the right to be presumed innocent until proven otherwise, but they convicted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu without any proof. They convicted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, sentenced him without any proof. In Nigeria system, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu deserves equal treatment under the law, like every other citizen. But that wasn't the case in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu highlights the inconsistency in how justice is applied in Nigeria. If you have not seen double standard, or maybe you have been pretending not to know what double standard means, the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu exposed double standard to the highest level. Only an idiot, an enemy, a wicked person will ignore and say that nothing happened wrong. The delays and complication that should not exist in a fair system is what we saw in the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The reluctance of some leaders to speak out strongly. Almost all the leaders in Biafra land, none of them was bold enough to stand and speak strongly. Not even one. Not even one. Every one of them that came, they were crawling on the ground floor begging. They were crawling on the ground begging. There has never been any serious call for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from day one till date. And all of a sudden today, you think that something is going to change. All they want is to cage Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, convict him, hold him for as long as they can, and continue to use him for their propaganda and their blackmail, and begin to beg for pardon. That is the script they are playing, and we are watching. We are watching them. This is why many people feel strongly that the treatment of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu does not reflect the value of justice or fairness in any way. The treatment of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu does not reflect the value of justice or fairness in any way. It doesn't matter who looks at it. And the Nigerian government were bold to televise that idiocy before the whole world. And after the world watched that nonsense, they kept silent and they are looking. And they are looking. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu invoked the God of justice. And I believe the God of justice will speak. Definitely, the God of justice will speak. This injustice means a lot for the future. What is happening in Nigeria today means a lot for the future. If a nation's legal system is not consistent, if leaders cannot speak boldly, if justice is selective or uncertain, then society begins to lose confidence in institutions. As in the case of Nigeria, every confidence in institutions of Nigeria has been lost with the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The little hope or confidence you have is gone, completely eroded in the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And you know Nigeria, they don't care. They don't care what happens. They don't even care about their future. They don't even care about the future of their unborn children. They are the people of the now. Grab as much as they can in the now and they move. No progress can happen in Nigeria because the things that have to be done to bring progress is almost impossible. The things that can be done to bring progress is impossible as long as the contraption called Nigeria is. Things like making the law stable. It is impossible to make the law stable in Nigeria. You cannot make the law be stable. For as long as you continue to have this contraption, you can never make the law stable. Having a courageous leader, where are you going to have such courageous? Where will you get a courageous leader that will come and stand his ground to make the law stable? Where will you have such? In the contraption called Nigeria, it is impossible. You are dreaming that one day you wake up and you see that the citizens of Nigeria will feel protected. It is impossible. Impossible mission. It is not going to happen. A time when everybody will receive equal treatment is impossible. There is no such time. There is no such dream in the future of Nigeria. There is no dream that a time will come when people will receive equal treatment in that contraption. It is impossible. But this is how societies grow. This is how you can achieve peace in society. So when you see that these things are impossible, how will you continue to be speaking on behalf of Nigeria? How will you continue to be part of this evil entity? When you know that the factors that can make it work can never, ever, ever be achieved in that contraption. Wherever you are, we must stand our ground. Biafrans and well-meaning people across the world, you must stand your ground wherever you are. We must continue to take some responsible and constructive actions. We, the ordinary people, you and I, never give up. We must continue to take some responsible and constructive actions. Some of those actions is that we must stay informed. Stay informed. If you find yourself in that construction, stay informed. Understand the issues deeply. Don't just jump into discussion without understanding. Understand the issues, including people across the world. You saw a video that I played last time where they went and hired people to go and protest. And these people are protesting for what they do not know. They are protesting on behalf of the Nigerian government, that there is no Christian genocide in Nigeria. And the people protesting do not have a clue of what is going on. One of the ladies that came online, maybe because she has a smartphone, and wrote, "There is no Christian genocide. I am a Christian and I am not feeling oppressed." After she made that tweet, the next bandit attack, she was a victim and she died. This was a Christian girl, simply because she wants to make points like others have made. She wants to score a point, maybe an ethnic point, maybe a political point, maybe because of people she hated. She came online and boldly said, "I am a Christian. There is no Christian genocide in Nigeria. I am not oppressed. I am living fine in Nigeria." And after she made that tweet, the next bandit attack in her area, she was dead. She was caught up in it and she died. You see why it is very important for you to get informed. Stay informed. Understand issues deeply before you speak about it. Understand issues deeply before you comment about it. Stay informed at all times. Wherever you are, as a person, an indigenous person in that country called Nigeria, it doesn't matter your race, it doesn't matter your religion. Speak up peacefully. Speak up in your own way, in that your little platform, in that your little space, in that your working place. Speak up peacefully. Share your opinion. Ask questions. Just like in this platform, we give people time to ask their question. We allow people to make their contribution. When you have such an opportunity, in any platform, not just here, wherever you find yourself, speak up peacefully. Share your opinion with others. Ask critical questions. Continue to hold these people that call themselves leaders accountable. This doesn't have anything to do with race. It doesn't have anything to do with your religion. It doesn't have to do with any belief or group. Hold your leaders. In any group you belong, in any short, small group you belong, in any area you are, hold your leaders accountable. Respectfully demand transparency. Respectfully demand transparency. Always encourage fairness and justice. Always encourage fairness and justice without hate or violence. Encourage fairness and justice without hate or violence. Make your speech hard. Make your voice hard. Always support dialogue. Support dialogue. Promote conversation that leads to solution. Those conversations that will lead to solution, promote it. Your voice matters. My voice matters. Our voice matters. Respectfully use it. Because our voice matters, if respectfully used, it can inspire real change. It can inspire real change. That is why every one of us have to be very, very careful what we do, what we say. Because where we find ourselves is an evil empire, an evil entity. We must be very careful at all times. in whatever we say, in whatever we do, and wherever we find ourselves. A lot has happened and continue to happen. Our demand for disintegration of Nigeria is not a criminal demand. It is not out of hate, it is to save life. Because from every indication, Nigeria is not viable. Will never be viable. It doesn't matter how you see it. It doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter how you feel. This truth is a bitter truth that must be told, and we will continue to tell that truth. Whether you want to hear it or you don't want to hear it, we will continue to tell that truth. When you see the line that the northern groups are taking, you can see that they are not on the same page with every other person. And that is why we talk about value system, creating countries about value system. Today, go to every social media. The northern region is making case for bandits. They are making a case for bandits. That is what they are doing. The northern region is making a case for bandits. And they will not stop. If you think they will stop, you are wasting your time. They will never stop. They will never stop. Instead, they are going to do more. Up to their ministers, their lawmakers, they are making case for bandits. But in the southeast, those you call your lawmakers, what are they doing? They are in the front line, fighting against those that are asking for genuine cause. They support the proscription of the IPOB. They support the continuation of mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the destabilization of Biafra land is their project. They don't care. Whatever will keep them in power, that is what they do. But in the north, it's a different ballgame. And I want to share some videos that is coming from people in the north. People in the north. We have to share videos that is coming from people in the north for you to see how they are making case for their bandits.
And it's not all of them are criminal. Not all of them are criminal, because if you know,
the person that is speaking here is the Minister of Defense Minister. I think Matawale, Defense Minister. Look at him. Even the Defense Minister is making a case for the bandits. Hear him out.
And it's not all of them are criminal. Not all of them are criminal, because
not all the bandits are criminal. Defense Minister is here telling you that not all the bandits are criminals. There are some of them are not criminal. He's making a case for them. You see how they clear the ground for their people to land safely. They clear the landing space. Defense Minister is there making a case for them. That is why sometimes when you see Sheikh Gumi talking, and you say, why is Sheikh Gumi not arrested? Why is Sheikh Gumi talking and there's nobody arrested? How can you arrest Sheikh Gumi when the ministers are saying the same thing? When all the governors and the lawmakers are saying the same thing? Is it because Gumi is more vocal and more direct? What this guy is saying is just exactly what Gumi is preaching. There's nothing different.
It's the same, and it's not all of them are criminal. Not all of them are criminal, because if you know or maybe if you investigate what is happening or what makes them to take those laws into their hand, some of them sometimes were cheated by so-called Ensakai, and I have to ban completely the Ensakai in my state. The Ensakai is those called vigilante groups who normally went to their settlement, destroy their property, and take their animals. So and they doesn't have anyone to speak with. So sometimes they are going for revenge. Like if Antisake attack them, so they will go for the reprisals. So that is what exactly happening. And some of them are living in a settlement where close to a village or town, and they sometimes if there is maybe operation, military operation, the military will go and destroy their properties and their animals. So they are angry with such actions sometimes. So sometimes if you are talking to them, you can understand where they are coming from and you can understand their problems. So it is important we as leaders to sit down with those people to understand what is the genesis first. You can't just, jump and conclude that the person is criminal. You have to listen to him. What makes him to go into that activities? So this is what we do. So they are not all of them. It's not all Fulani are criminals. Some are good citizens, but due to some circumstances, they subscribe to such criminality.
You see the Minister of Defense, Matawala, making a case for his Fulani brothers, bandits, telling you that some of them circumstances made them, that you have to sit down and talk with them. How many times have the governors, the lawmakers in the Southeast advocated for sitting down, push forward to sit and discuss with IPOB that are asking for a genuine thing? Every single human being in the Zoological Republic of Nigeria accept and believe that mazi Nnamdi Kanu cause is genuine. The only thing some of them say is that the way he's going about it, they don't like it. The way he's going about it. But how many times have they come to sit on a round table with mazi Nnamdi Kanu to address these issues he's pointing out? You know he has a genuine point he's asking for. You know he has a genuine point. But you say the way he's going about it, what stops you from addressing these issues with him? mazi Nnamdi Kanu has not taken any soul. He has not taken any life. Not even the life of his enemies. mazi Nnamdi Kanu has not been indicted in any kind of kidnapping. Since IPOB started, there has never been any time they say that IPOB kidnapped somebody and they are requesting for ransom. It has never ever happened. There has never been any time they say IPOB members, they kidnap somebody and they are asking for ransom. It has never happened. That IPOB kidnaps school children, they kidnap workers, they kidnap churches, they kidnap members of the church or members of a tribe and say, come and pay. It has never happened. It has never happened. But what do we see?